Firstly, my thanks go to my office mate and the supervisors for all your support. To my family, especially my kids, for their dedication to listening to my presentation every day. Special thanks are given to all of you, including my friends, for your presence here tonight. Let me tell you the story of a woman who was in tears after giving birth to a 9-pound child. It was not just the physical pain that made her cry, she was emotionally drained too. Sounds familiar? Well, she's among millions of women who go through this ordeal, but why? The woman in my story is one of my many research participants. For each one of them, it was culture shock that made going through childbirth a nightmare. They had all grown up in China, but were having their babies in New Zealand as new Kiwi citizens. But the customs and the procedures in their adopted land were all so different that they may, well, have been on another planet. In China, you put on a radiation protection suit when you are pregnant. You're not allowed to watch horror movies. Final Destination 5, no way. You stay indoors for the first whole month after you give birth. And more importantly, doctors take all the decisions for you. So if your contractions start, rush to hospital. Over 30 years old, go for a cesarean. Imagine the anxiety of one of my respondents when she was asked by her midwife here to make choices. Do you want a water birth? Do you want gas for pain? Do you want your husband to cut the cord? And then, when she started her contraction, she was told she was fine and there was no need to call 111. Her body shook, not so much from labor, but because of stress. There was a huge gap between the communication between the Chinese mother and her midwife. Their conceptions of childbirth were very different. Clearly, culture and communication are crucial components of childbirth, and that is the focus of my study. As a migrant ethnic Chinese mother myself, I weave my experiences with the others to understand how Chinese mothers go through childbirth. I speak to the maternity care providers here and observe how they deliver services to this group of women. I want to challenge New Zealand medical practices that dehumanize the consumer to just another number. I hope to change the health industry to create a more inclusive environment. But this is not about Chinese women alone. There are mothers from 44 countries living in New Zealand now. These issues confront us all in a growing multicultural society. Is there only one way of going through childbirth? My research proves that is not the case. Can the gap in communication between two cultures be minimized? My research shows it can be achieved. Rethink childbirth that we are familiar with. It is, after all, a matter of conception. Thank you.